Welcome back, dears, to Singer Dad Reacts. My name is Josh, and I'm here with another Dimash reaction. This is one, if you're not familiar, where early on in my reaction career, that's kind of humorous, actually, a statement, but because I still am very early on in my third week of doing this, but this was like week one, maybe, where I first started out, or maybe second week or something. I did a reaction to Opera 2. The problem was somehow the recording got turned off, so it didn't record it. So I did this full reaction, watched it and all that, but it never got recorded. And I didn't really want to go back and then fake it, because that's not ethical or honest. And so what people have asked me to do is kind of go back and do a reaction. So maybe it's not a first time reaction, but it is a second time reaction. So that's the one thing that I can say, is I haven't watched it again, knowing that I was going to probably come back and do another kind of a reaction or review of the song. I haven't watched it a second time. So hopefully it's fairly fresh to me now, since I haven't watched it for a couple weeks. Also, I was fairly early on in my my journey with Dimash and my understanding of him as an artist and all of that. So actually, it could be a better reaction this time around, because I can understand him as a performer and all of that better, and also I'm more comfortable in the reaction setting. Some of you have kind of noticed that, I think one commenter said, "It's nice to see you smile," because that means you're more relaxed. And I feel like that is starting to happen more. And I think part of what I've thought about lately is, am I being myself, right? And I feel like I am. I feel like the part of me you haven't really seen as much is kind of this part of me that's like a nerd or a goofball. A lot of the songs I've been reacting to are more serious and things like that. But, my boys are kind of like, they're not seeing this side of you or whatever, but it's like, they will. And if you watch like my reaction to Voice Play, for instance, which is more kind of a carefree song, you'll see more kind of that side of me, if you guys want to kind of see that side of me. And that's part of why I actually kind of want to do Uptown Funk and react to it, because I think it'll be more of that kind of an experience where I can just kind of be more loose and carefree in the way that I approach my reaction. So but yeah, so if just so you know that I'm not always this serious, I'm not always, you kind of saw a little bit of that when I was joking around about ASMR, right? Where I was kind of like, brushing the tines of a brush type thing. You kind of saw a little bit of that, but I can definitely be a goofball. And part of what drove my wife crazy when our kids were growing up was I would put the kids to bed, I think I mentioned that, and I would read them stories. Well, what I would do is I would do all the voices. So every voice in each of the books I would do, right? If it was an old person, okay, and I would do all all the different voices. And so maybe if I was on a business trip or something like that, my wife would end up putting them to bed. And I'd get back and she'd be like, "You're killing me. You're killing me with these voices. You know that, right?" And she'd give me a hard time, because it's like they would want her to do all the voices too. And so, yeah, that kind of tells you a little bit about that side of me. But in any case, what I'm starting to do now, if you haven't watched some of my other new reactions, is I'm starting to the reaction by having the lyrics up on the secondary screen. I got to thinking about it. I'm like, I'm reading it over here on my other screen where you guys can't see it. And how much more engaging is it if I bring the lyrics up in a font size big enough where you can read it, and we can go through them together and kind of, learn about the song together. So that's one of the new things I'm trying to do. So hopefully that's a cool thing and you guys like that. Let me know in the comments. if that's something that's helpful with, being able to participate a little more in the reaction. So this is opera 2. These are the English translated lyrics for the Vitas version here. So my house has been built, but I'm still alone here. The door slammed behind my back. The autumn wind knocks my window. It cries for me again. There was thunderstorm is in the night, and there's a mist in the morning. The sun got cold long ago. Ancient pains are passing by. Let everyone gather. My house has been built, but I'm still alone here. The door slammed behind my back. The autumn wind knocks my window. It cries for me again. It's my destiny, and I can't do anything with this. The door slammed behind my back. It's almost kind of like talking about being in isolation. The autumn wind. Yeah, there's got to be a story here. The sun got cold long ago. Ancient pains are passing by. Let everyone gather. So there's some story about this person, or the storyteller has been through a lot. To say the sun got cold, that's kind of an all-encompassing context, right? The sun is all around us. That's our main source of warmth and light. So if that got cold, that means that the level of pain this person has gone through, and isolation and feeling cold and lacking warmth is fairly pronounced. That's what I pick up from that. Ancient pains are passing by. Yeah. So there's something with that, and this door slammed behind my back means kind of an opportunity has been closed off to me, whether that's an opportunity for happiness or whatever that is. That door has been closed. So that's my initial take on it. So I've got it queued up here. And I've got the full version. I like doing the full versions with the English subtitles. It shows you the beginning where he's interacting with the competitors and all of that. And I love to kind of see that interaction. So let's get started here. If you haven't already, if you could please subscribe and click on the notifications, I would really greatly appreciate it.
享受，感觉像在跳舞一样，完美。
我是音乐合伙人阿来。经过上次的竞演呢，我的歌手有了一个新的名字，叫进口小哥哥。
Imported little brother。
进口小哥哥今天会带来一首进口歌曲。这首歌曲是著名的歌唱家维塔斯的代表作。这首歌呢，曾经在俄罗斯获得114个奖项哦。 那么今天我的进口小哥哥会怎么样赋予这首歌风采呢？我们有请进口小哥哥迪马西带来 Opera 2。
This is early on in the competition. They're already like buddies. Look at that crowd. Wow. Nice.
哇哦！哦，今天他的眼妆好像稍微加重了一些哈。
对对。
加油！
The pulse. Oh, there's his dad. That's right. He didn't know he was there.
Дом мой достроен, но я в нем один.
Ветер осенний стучится в окно, плачет опять надо мной. Ночью гроза, а на утро туман, солнце остыло совсем. Давние боли идут чередой, пусть собираются все.
Yeah, again, I talked about this with Sohyang, and I mentioned it, and I think in my reaction, for her reaction, they're both excellent storytellers, right? You can see them kind of, they're building, in this case, Dimash is, building it out, talking about everything that's leading up to the next part here. Let's go back here. And he hasn't really started really coming out with a lot of the vocal gymnastics that he normally does. Rich sound. Wow. Listen to that. Oh, wow. Look at her.
Достроен, но я в нем один. Хлопнула дверь за спиной. Ветер осенний стучится в окно, плачет опять надо мной. Это судьба, а судьбу не могу я ни о чем простить. Только я знаю, после меня станут ветра глазить.
Wow. Yeah, so again, the thing that's crazy with Dimash, and I've mentioned it before, but it still amazes me every time I hear it, is that he has full voice, full sound, full resonance, full vibrato in all areas of his range. Every area. Whether he's singing chest or a head voice or a mixed voice, even in his falsetto, his whistle register. I haven't heard the vocal fry. I haven't really heard that much. I think he did a little bit of it in Diva Dance when he was way down there low. But yeah, that's what's crazy for me, is that his instrument is so fine-tuned and so robust. His breathing and all of that is so robust and supported and correctly placed that he has full resonance and power and vibrance, I guess for lack of a better word, to his tone, regardless of where he's at in his range. And it's a prime example when he's up in his head voice and it's all coming through like that. Some of it is mixed, but I can listen to this little part again here. I always love to see the audience reactions. Hear that? This guy. Here we go. I love how he like directs the orchestra. Key change. I love how he's doing the... Oh, another one. Wow. Wow. That's high. He still has the... Wow, look at his dad. When's his dad gonna come out? I want to see it.
很多女生都要练才能唱到的。
我都觉得很高哎，女生都觉得很高。
It's even too high for a female singer.
Thank you very much. 谢谢。
Have you seen it? I don't think you've seen his dad yet.
I love you. 我爱你。Maestro, thank you.
I think you just saw him. That's awesome.
掌声送给 Dimash， 跟他拥抱的是他的爸爸，掌声送给爸爸。
爸爸有来，
太好了！
爸爸来了。
他的爸爸专门从这个哈萨克斯坦远道而来，给自己的儿子加油鼓劲，掌声送给这父子。
Seni qo'mondlik qilmayın deb papa eshik sirtida turdi. Ana aytib bo'lgandan keyin kirdi.
怎么看他唱歌，我都上气不接下气的。
元曲生了一次，他生了3次还是4次？哇
塞，好恐怖！
惊人啊！
Horrible.
Hoş iyiydi de akıllı ko. İçe Dimash. Orada saydı. Давай.
You forget how young he is. He's only 22. Wow. Yeah, that got to me. Because I know what it's like as a father to see your son do something that you're very proud of them for, and to have that moment. Yeah, it was a similar moment recently with my second son that just graduated from high school, and to see that big moment for him, even though it was kind of underwhelming from what it normally is, because we had to do, because of the COVID stuff, they had us come and they had like the stage set up and a camera, and so it was like on YouTube, so we sent links out to everybody that wanted to see it, and then we let them know kind of timing wise when we were going to be on the stage, and so that's kind of how it went. But yeah, that was touching to see. And the more I've kind of like watched the dynamic between, you know, Kanat, Sveta, the whole family, they really have a close family dynamic, of course with the grandparents as well, but you could see that like his father being there meant a lot to him, his father was like talking about how much he missed him, and then you saw there where Dimash was like, did it sound good? You know, so he seeks that affirmation. So that speaks volumes of their relationship, right? That they have a very fostering relationship where they're involved with his life, with the things that he's working toward, and he cares about what they think about what he's doing, right? That's what comes through to me when you see him asking that line of questions and kind of that interaction, right? So that was cool. I'm glad I watched it, and I kind of remember it, but I'm glad I only watched it once, because now it was kind of a fresh experience for me. And I can appreciate it more now, kind of understanding his abilities and everything else. And I do remember him kind of going higher and higher and higher, but still just super impressive. And you saw the reaction of the competitors and everybody there. They were just like, is he still going higher and higher? And he probably could have kept going with his range, but he stopped it there. So yeah, I saw some of your comments where there was like he was more flirty because he didn't know that his dad was there, and so I kind of picked up on that too when he was kind of doing his stuff during the song. So I wonder like what his thoughts were when he saw his dad, and he was like, oh, you know. And I know part of that is the Kazakh culture, right? And I'm learning a little more about that, and it was kind of cool. I posted some of you, and I want to thank you for your comments, for welcoming me, because I'm a part of, I think, 3 or 4 different Facebook groups now. So I think it's like Dimashland International Fan Club, the USA Fan Club. I think there's one more. But what I did is I took the little video excerpt from my Michael Jackson reaction, where I wished Svetlana a happy birthday in Russian, and I put that little video excerpt along with some Kazakh translations. It said, you know, singer dad reacts, loves Dimash and his family, and happy birthday Svetlana, and all that in Kazakh. Speaking of Kazakh, I am going to add that to, I don't know why I haven't at this point, but I'm going to go back also and add that as for subtitles. So I will work on that this weekend. Hopefully I can get Kazakh added for all of the different videos on my site. I've gotten pretty fast at it. It's kind of a quick funny story, then I'll cut this short. I was going through my normal like steps to create the subtitle files for each of the different languages, and I've gotten to the point where I'm pretty fast at it, where I just go clicking through the different things I need to do. And I set off an alarm at Google or something because they said that they were sensing suspicious activity, and they shut me out, so I couldn't get into Google Translate to finish the subtitle files because they thought I was some kind of program that was going in there and doing something suspicious, right? So there was a while there where I was just locked out, and so when they let me back in again, I kind of intentionally slowed down when I was clicking through different screens so that it wouldn't set off any alarms. It was kind of funny, but hopefully those subtitles are working out well for you. I'm trying to get the timing right and take out any extra words. One thing I am noticing, because I have to go through and really read through the words and make sure they're all correct, I pick up on little things that I do that bug me, like when I say, you know. So I'm trying to remove that bad habit from my reactions, my ums and you knows. So bear with me, I'm trying to do that. And also making sure I use complete sentences, because I found that a lot of times I'll start a sentence and then I'll get sidetracked and starts another thought, and so I need to kind of make it easier for those especially reading through it with subtitles to understand it better by using complete sentences. So these are things I'm trying to improve with my reaction to make it a better experience for you, because it's all really about you as my audience and those who are participating and receiving the reaction. So whatever I can do to improve that, please let me know. And if you haven't already, if you could please subscribe, click on the notifications. And I hope this reaction finds all of you safe, healthy, happy, and in a good place in your lives, and that you're spending quality time with your families, and that all is going well for you. And take care.